Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to GX, and this is Terror in America by channel Jonathan Pye. It's been a while, multi-months. It's a while, right? I don't know. In reaction channel times, it's a while. I watched Jonathan Pye's video and I like his rants, where he goes off, I guess, about America. I think he's British, right? I can see him. He's British. I can see the background. It's Britain, or at least it looks like, yeah. So he's British. He talks about America and Trump. Terror in America is something about Trump, basically. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Let's watch this one.
Afterwards, as various videos of the shooting circulated online, it became clear.
Oh, it's about Minnesota.
That the White House was out of step with not just public opinion,
It's also
but
about
with
Trump.
what Americans could see with their own eyes. I will never pretend to understand America's relationship with guns. You know, 1 in 3 adults.
I can. As a non-American, this is a weird for me to admit it because I was so against like uncivilized things, like weapons in civilization. But after seeing what's happening in Iran, do you really think guns are that far off? Imagine if Iranian civilians had guns. Do you think the regime would have clamped down at the level they did? Do you think that's even possible? Again, America is not Iran, neither is UK, neither is a big democracies. But you never know. That's the thing. It doesn't happen the first until it happens. Same thing as Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor doesn't happen until it happens. Now America's in the war. Shit like that. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I didn't like the Trump administration saying like, oh, that's not what happens. And you can clearly see in the video, it's a video of what is happening. We can see it. So what was the quote from like great, like a novelist or something of the past? Or was he a comedian? I don't know. Same thing basically. Who says like, okay, there will be a time where they just tell you not to believe your own eyes. That's the level of shit we are at right now.
Owns a gun. Most Americans are against strict gun control. Literally millions of them are legally walking around carrying guns. Gun crime is therefore inevitable, right? Normal. We're used to watching spotty teenagers shooting up American classrooms. It's just normal, right? It's normal because it's inevitable.
That is kind of true. It doesn't happen anywhere else but America, where shooting is just normal. Every month it happens.
The president getting shot at, Charlie Kirk. Right, horrendous acts of domestic terrorism, but gun violence in America is normal, inevitable. And as soon as the next US citizen is gunned down by an ICE or border control officer, which is inevitable, this too will have become normal.
Yeah.
A US citizen who the footage clearly shows was defending a woman who'd been violently pushed over, a man who was legally carrying a gun, who didn't go for his gun, was disarmed of his gun and then shot 10 times by presumably...
Dude. He was laid down, like chest down, hands behind his back, literally the definition of disarming someone. They removed his gun and then shot him 10 times. We can see the fucking video. There is no, don't even try to comment. There is no positive. I know this is a tribalistic mentality all you have. I'm going to defend Trump and right wing as much as I can. Not this time. This is not going to work, right? This is fucked up regardless of what your view is, right? Even World War II Nazis would not do that. They just take that guy to camp. They would not shot him where he is. That's how fucked up this is. I don't invoke Nazi word very easily. And I'm saying it. All right? If you can't see this, you're too far gone. You're basically North Korean at this point, who will believe their supreme leader and supreme government, whatever their propaganda they feed you. This is not left, right, fake news, not fake news. This is a fucking video that you can see regardless of where you fall in the spectrum. At least you have to say, like, I believe what Trump is doing. I believe the cause. I believe the ICE. I believe ICE is important and, like, remove all the illegal aliens. I believe all that, but this thing was fucked up. You have to say that.
More than one ICE agent. The White House immediately claimed, without evidence, i.e. it lied, that the still warm corpse was a would-be assassin who was trying to murder federal agents. This ICU doctor was part of a radical far-left splinter cell, a terrorist, albeit a terrorist...
There was a TV show in India called Patal Lok, implying hell. Patal Lok, implying hell. That's what it means. There was a whole scene about conspiracy, political conspiracy, but because of it, they needed to spin something. The CBI, which is FBI equivalent of here, crime branch basically, made them look like a Pakistani terrorist. This was a TV show, not real. But you can see the fucking similarity. And that shit didn't come out of nowhere. The writers are not idiots. They took inspiration from unconfirmed things from something. Shit like this happens. Without even confirming, oh, he was a terrorist. Oh, he was this, just make it political. Rather than actually investigating it. You can't do that, man. You have to get to the truth. If you do that, everything's a propaganda.
Whose court records show he has no criminal record beyond traffic tickets. Apparently, ICE is here to keep you safe. As long as you're cool with any non-white people in your community being stopped and searched by a...
ICE is not there to make you safe. ICE is there to remove people. Everybody knows that. But yeah, if you're, let's just say, looking like him, yeah, you're probably fine. That's how fucked up it is. Because they don't even have cause to ask somebody. If somebody looks less like Jonathan Pye here, they're like, okay, give me your identification. And if they're like, oh, I have in my home, not in my pocket, because who the fuck walks around with their identification? Oh, back to ICE. They literally did that shit. It's an evidence there.
Gang of meatheads who have never used a safety catch or a word over 2 syllables in their life. Dare to protest or indeed express your anger at that policy, you might very well be executed in the street. That is White House policy, to use violence and intimidation against its own people and then lie about it. One MAGA-friendly assistant US attorney went on to claim that if you approach law enforcement whilst carrying a gun, there's a high likelihood that they will be legally justified in shooting you. Wow!
Fuck you! In Texas, you can open carry, right? You can't say one thing. I don't understand all you gun people, man. I've seen you in my own comments defending Second Amendment. This is American guns. So you're just saying it. It's fine if it's you. If anybody who doesn't agree with you, yeah, laws are different for you. No Second Amendment. You can't have two things, man.
When did that happen? This must be news to the 16 million or so law-abiding adult gun owners in the US that if they even approach law enforcement whilst legally carrying a gun, there is a high likelihood of them legally shooting you. And not only that, but after you've been blown to pieces, the President of the United States will then loudly exclaim that the men responsible for your murder are phenomenal. He'll proclaim in block capitals, let our ICE patriots do their job seemingly to shoot in the face anyone who might casually tell them to fuck off in the street. Not very respectful, sure, but not entirely warranting of being pepper sprayed and then shot 10.
I'm sorry, you can't really attack someone just because they use words. Stick and stones. Did your law enforcement forget that? What the there is a guy literally said, like, do you have any idea how much we get, annoyed 24/7? How much people curse at us? Pity you, leave your fucking job. Go work at a McDonald's. I'm sorry, shooting is not an answer. Just because you're annoyed. Imagine, like, wow, a soldier arguing that shit, right? Like, my what was it called? Superiors who basically drill them down. Oh, they were like too annoying, I shot them. Really?
10 times after being disarmed. 10 times. Does that not in itself suggest perhaps a lack of control, discipline, morality, but above all, basic training? Surely any training...
It's intent, man. 4 or 5 times is like out of control. 10 times is like you deliberately did that shit.
Law enforcement officer or serving military personnel in America, or in fact any human being with working eyes, no matter their politics, sees these killings and knows that these guys are fucking amateurs.
This is gonna be one of my dislike video. I just know it. That's how slow people are, right? I'm just gonna say this, like, all like, I say what I mean. I don't care if I get negative attention. This is bullshit. And I know people are gonna cry in the comments. This is gonna be dislikes, gonna be higher in this video. People are even gonna unsubscribe. I don't really care.
Dangerous, hot-headed amateurs, highly untrained globules of testosterone plonked on the streets of America by the capricious toad in the Oval Office who's running the show. A mob, a militia, whatever you want to call it, able and clearly willing to shoot protesters multiple times at point-blank range if they get a bit mouthy, or aren't showing due deference to the ice-branded balaclava, or are dangerously flailing their arms around because you've just emptied a pint of pepper spray into their eyeballs. Terrifying stuff, but also inevitable. Normal. Well, the White House hasn't exactly U-turned, more of gently pivoted, with all the blame squarely.
I like his skit there, right? Like he's ranting between the ad, like between the, what do you call, like takes. And oh, we're live again. So last few seconds he starts to talk like he's a normal anchor, newsman or something. All right. Look, man, I don't really agree with him about being inevitable. No, it's not inevitable. This shit did not happen in past. Guns have been legal for a long fucking time. I don't agree with inevitable. I think we are at the age where too many people are just okay with things. We are at the age where people's attention have gone down so much because of TikTok and social media. They don't have retention to be, like stick to a topic and be angry about it. They'll move on. Shit, okay, fine, this happens, whatever, moving on. And this is such a dangerous thing that someone like Trump and his organization is literally testing this out and actually believing that his own people are okay with this, even though they are not, they just have small retention. This is a weird thing, man. Fucked up thing happens, government does really fucked up thing that is anti-everything that America stood for. People just move on because like, what you gonna do? Oh, look at another Easter egg. Look at the cat, AI cat by Sora 2. Oh, this is so good. What shooting? I see cat now. This is real, man. I've observed this. Right? Sometimes I analyze things because, that's interesting. And this is a real phenomenon right now. People just walk away. This shit is everywhere, not just America, but America is the only place where this like guns are real, where something like ICE exists. So of course shit is happening there. This is fucked up, man. I'm not gonna lie. This is just too fucked up. Like, all of I always try to be at center, right? Doesn't matter what my political views are, I try to stay as commonsensical as I can. And I don't let my views interfere with how a country works. It's your country, I don't care. But this is not about politics. This is not about, like how you see it. This is just point blank morality. How the fuck do you disarm somebody who are chest down, hands behind their back, and then you shoot them 10 times? If you don't see this as a problem, you really far gone, man. Go see a psychiatrist. I'm not even joking. I'm not jokingly saying this. This is a real fucking problem. Right, well, there you go. Terror in America by channel Jonathan Pai. If you like my like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.